Today I'm sharing important information and facts about Port Canaveral. So you'll know exactly what to expect, where to stay, how to get there, and a few insider tips that can save you some time and stress. So let's get into it. I recently cruised from Port Canaveral aboard the Sky Princess. I did a video, which I will link at the top here, about my embarkation and my first day on the ship. However, I thought that it would be great to give you more information strictly about Port Canaveral, Florida. So let's get into it. Welcome to one of the world's best cruise ports. Port Canaveral consistently ranks in the top 3 cruise ports globally, right alongside the Port of Miami. It's one of the busiest cruise ports in the entire world. Whether you're a first-time cruiser or a seasoned traveler, understanding what makes this port special will help you have a smoother, more enjoyable embarkation. So from proximity to Orlando to the thrill of potential rocket launches, Port Canaveral offers something truly unique. What is Port Canaveral? So Port Canaveral, again, is one of the busiest cruise ports in the entire world. It serves as home port for major cruise lines like Disney, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, Princess, MSC, and more. And if you're sailing from here, you're starting your cruise from a modern, well-organized port that's known for smoother embarkation than many others. Let's talk about where it's located. So Port Canaveral is located on Florida's Space Coast, about 45 minutes east of Orlando. That means that most travelers fly into Orlando International Airport, also known as MCO, then drive or shuttle to the port. Also, there is another airport that's fairly close, and that is the Melbourne Orlando International Airport. And it's about 45 minutes from Port Canaveral as well. The closest beach town is Cocoa Beach, which is a very popular place to stay before or after a cruise. So other nearby cities that cruisers often stay in include Cape Canaveral, Melbourne, Cocoa Beach, and Titusville. I stayed in West Melbourne and my drive was about 45 minutes. So each area has a different vibe, different price point, and travel time to the port. Let's talk cruise terminals and embarkation. Now, Port Canaveral has several cruise terminals, and each terminal is usually assigned to a specific cruise line. These terminals are modern, clean, and efficient, with clear signage and organized boarding processes. One thing many cruisers love about Port Canaveral is that embarkation tends to feel less chaotic than some of the larger South Florida ports. And if you arrive early, boarding is often quick and surprisingly smooth. So that means less wait time and lines. Let's talk transportation and parking options. Driving to the port is very straightforward. Port Canaveral is easily accessed via State Road 528, which is also known as the Beachline Expressway. It used to be called the Beeline Expressway, so you'll hear either or. So if you're asking somebody for instructions and they say Beeline or Beachline, just know it's the same expressway, which is State Road 528. If you're driving yourself, there is on-site cruise parking, including garages and surface lots. And we parked in the garage, and our cruise was for 8 days, and we paid $192 for parking, which came out to like $24. Okay, so just so that you're aware of that, parking is secure, well marked, and located very close to the terminals. Ride shares, cruise shuttles, and private transfers are also widely used and easy to arrange. The Space Coast bonus. Okay, listen, one of the most unique things about Port Canaveral is its connection to the U.S. space program. So the port sits near Kennedy Space Center. And yes, sometimes cruisers actually see rocket launches from their ship, hotel, or nearby beaches. Port Canaveral is one of the only cruise ports in the world where this can happen. Even if you don't catch a launch, the Space Coast atmosphere makes this port extra special. Things to do before or after your cruise. So if you arrive a day early or stay after your cruise, there's plenty to do nearby. Jetty Park is a favorite spot for watching cruise ships sail in and out, relaxing on the beach or fishing off the pier. Cocoa Beach offers restaurants, shopping, surfing, and oceanfront walks. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the famous Ron John Surf Shop located there in Cocoa Beach. So, if you would like to visit that place, you can if you go over, or maybe if you stay or head over to Cocoa Beach. You can also find kayaking, dolphin tours, and seasonal bioluminescent lagoon tours. So this is a great port if you would like to extend your vacation. So let's talk weather and best time to cruise. So peak cruise season is typically October through April, when temperatures are milder and humidity is lower. Summer cruises are very popular too, but expect the heat, expect the humidity, and the afternoon showers. Oh yeah, and also let's talk about hurricane season. Hurricane season runs from June to November, though most cruises still sail as scheduled. If there's a problem, if there's a hurricane that could be coming through, I'm sure your cruise line would definitely be in touch with you. Listen, don't let that stop you from booking during hurricane season. Just make sure you have insurance, right? In case you do need to reschedule your cruise or your flights and things of that nature. Now, Port Canaveral is warm year round. You might have a few cold snaps, okay? But for the most part, generally, it's warm to very hot in the summertime. I lived in Central Florida for the majority of my life, probably about 48, 49 years. So just make sure that you do check the weather because it does rain often, and like I said, you do get a few cold snaps, but for the most part, baby, the weather is on point and perfect the majority of the time. Here are a few tips experienced cruisers swear by. So staying one night near the port. I agree with that one. So if you stay one night near the port, this can significantly reduce embarkation day stress. Hotels in Melbourne are often cheaper and quieter than Cocoa Beach while still being an easy drive, right? We stayed in West Melbourne at a Courtyard by Marriott, and listen, it definitely reduced the anxiety of trying to get to port on the same day, right? I'm so glad that we did it that way. And it took us about 45 minutes to get to port. Arriving early usually means shorter lines and better parking spots, but definitely check with your cruise line in regards to what time you need to be at port for embarkation day. We took the Sky Princess, and the notification that we received, I think maybe a few days prior to our cruise, was that we needed to be there at 1 o'clock. I believe usually you could be there earlier, but there was some things going on. There were some things going on, and to the point where we left. Our cruise was supposed to leave at 3:30, and we left after 7:30. So, yeah, we were in port all of that time. So keep your eyes open for any type of notification about what time you should arrive at port, because you don't want to get there too early. And finally, watching ships sail out from Jetty Park is a must if you have time. And now you are ready to sail from one of the most easiest, most travel-friendly cruise ports in Florida, Port Canaveral. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure you like, subscribe to this channel, share it, and comment below if you will be sailing from Port Canaveral. Which cruise line and ship are you taking? Where are you going? And what port of call are you most excited about? Be sure to check the description below for free cruise resources as well as other offers. There is the free cruise packing checklist, the ultimate cruise planner guide offer, cabin upgrade bidding guide, cruise essentials in my Amazon storefront, and curated excursions in my Viator store. And if this video helped you understand Port Canaveral, but you're thinking, okay, I need more information, No worries, I got you covered. I put together this Port Canaveral Cruise Port Your Complete Guide as a follow-up for travelers who want everything in one place without having to rewatch your videos or have a million tabs open. Inside this guide, you'll find where to stay, where to eat, and what to do near the port, so you can make decisions quickly and feel prepared before your cruise. It's a complete guide for $9 and it's perfect if you're arriving early or staying after your cruise, or you just want a simple plan that you can pull up on your phone. You'll find the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Alright y'all, I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.